Hi, I'm Greg with Discover, Share, Inspire. This is Sean with Family Rocket Ship, and we've been here spending some time together in Washington and just had a fantastic experience. We've been talking a lot about our purpose, our mission, our goals, our objectives, and we want to live deliberately. We want to live on purpose. We want to make sure every day is awesome. We don't have to fit into the grind. You don't have to do what we've been conditioned to think we have to do. There are alternatives. And so we'll let Sean tell you what his story is objective and their goals are.
Well, what I think is interesting is that we have such a common story. We have this base which is based on families, so that we can make a change in the world by starting off by making a change in our own families. And so what does that mean? Well, how do you want to live your life? Do you want to live your life by going off to a job, by being gone 40, 60, 80 hours a week, and then you come home and your family gets the leftovers? Or do you want to create a real experience for your family? And how can you do that? And so that's kind of what, we're very inspired by what Greg and Rachel and Discover, Share, Inspire are doing, because just to let you guys know, if you don't know already, they are literally road tripping from Alaska down through Canada, and here they are on a sunny Seattle day, surprisingly, and they are cruising on down all the way down to Argentina. So literally from the top of the Americas down to the bottom of the Americas, and that is just so inspiring and so awesome. And as we've been talking this week and really learning about each other's missions and goals, they're completely in sync, and we know that we're not alone out there. There's a lot of people, I think, out there that are, I guess that's one of the things that we've been talking about, is living deliberately. So choosing to live your perfect life exactly the way you want it, and that it's actually possible.
Right.
Because we're living proof of it.
And what we've seen as we've been talking is that if you align your priorities and your objectives, your goals, and like Sean was saying, if you want, you can spend your time with your family and have great adventures and learn and grow and make a difference in the world. But you start by, we've both started, and there's many ways to do this. We're not saying that we're the only way or we're better than anybody else or you have to do what we're doing. We're just saying everyone needs to decide what it is they really want and live accordingly, and not throw off some of the common things that we've been conditioned maybe to say, and to ask, hey, is there a better way? Can I do something differently? And both of us, as we've got going, has realized we got to shed some of our things, some of these anchors that might be holding us down, and may not be for you. It's not for everyone, but we realized the fewer things we have and stuff, to stop collecting stuff, stop being hoarders, the less we have, the more freedom it gives us. Freedom, time freedom, and money freedom, and work freedom. And we shed off the things that are just side stuff that we don't need, and then really focus in on what we want with total clarity and say, these are the things we really want. It's spiritual time and family time and friends time and adventure and excitement and service, and do what we have to do, whatever we have to do, letting go of things, whatever it is we need to do to make that happen. And it's awesome. And we both kind of had that same objective. And you guys did that recently, and we are still doing it, just shedding off excess stuff.
And so that's what I think. There's a few things going on. I don't think that neither of our message is that everybody has to sell everything and then hit the road and vagabond as a family. That's not the message at all. That just happens to be what it is for our families. Like, we've both valued travel highly and think that is actually one of the best forms of education you could possibly get yourself and share with your kids and your family. But so that's what our thing is, and so that's how we're choosing to live deliberately. But I think that gets to the message, is that so many people are spending so much of their time working to pay for stuff that they think they need. They think they need, a bigger house than their next door neighbor, and they need a bigger, the latest Escalade, and whatever. And that's really not what it's about. And so what it's really about is, at the end of your life, when you tally up the amount of hours dedicated to what do you want those hours to be dedicated to? Do you want it to have been spent at a job to pay for stuff that you really don't care about or even have anymore? or are going to take with you, you're not going to take it with you, or are you going to spend it on the things that you really choose to do? And so then I think our message is that you can do it, because the technology is there, the time, the day and age that we're at, you can do these things. You don't have to be stuck doing something that you think you have to do. So I think it comes back to really questioning the system, as I always say, like, questioning everything. Are you just on this autopilot track, from high school all the way up through college and then into a job? Or are you actively choosing to live your life every day the way you want to?
Absolutely. Deepak Chopra said, questioning helps you break out of the hypnosis caused by social conditioning. So as some action steps, an invitation, start asking yourself questions. What is it we really want? What are we really going to do? What are we really going to accomplish? And then, maybe leap forward. This is such a great exercise. I invite you to do it. Leap forward in your life and look back and say, what am I so grateful I did? What do I regret not doing? And it's like Sean was saying, look at your life in a pie chart, right? Where are my hours gone? Where's the bulk of my life going? In my days, my awake hours, where are they going? Are they going toward my priorities? We prove our priorities with our time. And as I looked at my life, I thought, what? Hey, I want way more family time. I want way more learning and growth time and service time. I personally can't spend my life in a cubicle. I can't do it. And so I wanted more time. So I said, okay, how are we going to allot the time? What needs to be done to make that happen? So do that. Leap forward in your life and look back and say, okay, I'm so grateful I did these things. And boy, I wish I had done this. And then jump back to present time and step that out. How you're going to do it. What are you going to do? What steps you're going to take. And it's awesome. Let's all just live a deliberately awesome life. Let's just make it happen. Go out, live the life you dream of living.
So I'm hearing you, Greg, and I'm thinking there are people out there that are like, oh yeah, well, good for you. They're sitting there in a cubicle like I was, sitting in a little office watching this kind of stuff, and they're thinking, yeah, good for you, way to go. What would you say to those people like that are thinking, oh yeah, whatever, it's for them, it's not for me. I'm supposed to be at this job that I don't like, and because that's just how it is.
Right. Well, it's a good question, and Sean and I were both there. We were both sitting in a job and going, come on, is this really what I want to do with my life? Is this what life's all about? And we've both been there, walked down that road. You really got to decide what it is you want, and then you can find those steps, right? If you are surrounded by bills like we were, right, you're just drowning in bills. You're like, I can't take off. I can't even miss an hour of work because I got so many bills. And we've both been in that spot. For Rachel and I, we just started saying, all right, what's consuming this? What are we exchanging our time for, right? I'm actually working on a book called The Exchange Rate. And it's just this exchange. You exchange your time for money, and then your money goes to your bills, and so you're exchanging your time for your bills. And you're going to work every day for your bills. Really? And so we thought, okay, it's the mortgage or the rent or the car payment or the toy payment. I mean, how many toys are collecting payments and debts? And so we really scaled that back. And as we got rid of payments, right, we got rid of bills, now it freed up time for us. That's what we wanted. That was our purpose. And so for those of you who are saying, yeah, right, nice, guys, enjoy your trip, whatever, or you're crazy, you can do it. You can totally do it. You don't have to do what we're doing, but you can live your dream. You might have to sacrifice some things. You might have to scrimp and save. You might have to forego some other pleasures or things you want to have what you really want. So often in life, we give up what we want most for what we want at the moment. And again, that exchange rate. What are we trading our time for? So there's a way to do that. And these guys are a great example of having done it. And they're moving into doing what they want to do. That's why we're here in Washington.
So I think the overall message boils down to is choosing actively how you want to decide your life. And so for our families, we realize, okay, what are our highest values? What are our highest goals right now? And we structured our life according to those values. Right now, freedom and mobility is a big deal for both of our families. Right now, travel and exploring and seeing new places, meeting new people and new cultures is a big deal for us. And because of that, we shed some of our... There's just no point in having a TV, for example. There's no point in having a lot of these things that keep us to a lifestyle that keeps us kind of in one place.
Right.
And so I think our message, while for us it's travel and exploring, that's not for everybody. But the message that is for everybody is choosing actively, beating that to death, but choosing actively how to live your life every day.
Right? No autopilot, no default. You decide and say, I'm here because I decide to be here. A lot of people hate their jobs. If you're one of those people that hate a job, find a job you love. Don't quit and walk away if you can't, but start looking for something you love. If you hate the weather where you are, if you don't like the location, decide. Say, I would like something better, and so I'm moving to that place. So what Sean's saying, he's nailed it. Make sure you're living on purpose by choice. That we're not in this default. We're not living in victimville. We do not. We want to get rid of that totally. We all live there. We all keep a summer residence there, a little cottage. We're out of victimville. We said, hey, I'm deciding. I'm choosing. I'm making a conscious choice that this is what I want my life to be like. And move toward it. You can do it. It's awesome.
And I think, and I keep hearing, I guess it's my former self saying, yeah, whatever, good for you guys. But then I think about where we are presently, and we were there. I was that guy like, man, I wish I could travel. I wish I could do that, but I've got this job and whatever. And really it just boils down to making a decision, because now we're doing it, So it's real, and it's not something, it's good for those guys. It's real. It's something that everyone can do if they really want to.
Absolutely. So. Follow both of our stories and Discover, Share, Inspire and Family Rocket Ship, and you can see where we're going, what we're doing. We're heading to Argentina and beyond. These guys they went from California to Washington. They're going to travel over here and potentially head to Central America as well.
We're going to Belize first, and then these guys have talked us into maybe a couple other countries in Central America.
And we're just going to have a great adventure. So set those goals and objectives and start moving toward them. Make them happen. And you'll see what we're doing, and some of the things we're doing you may want to do, and you may get some ideas for what you want to do. Just write it all down, and things will start happening as you think about it and you yearn for it. Things will start falling in place, and Sean will agree that it works out. I mean, you start attracting and intending things, and all of a sudden it fits into place. You're like, I never thought that could have happened in a million years. And it starts to happen, and you meet the right person, and you go to the right place, and all of a sudden it's fitting together what you want. And you're like, well, this is like a dream.
Yeah, it does work out. It does do, when you just jump, things just happen. Everything that you need and want does really happen. And I was thinking another part of the message is that we want you to join in on the Family Rocket Ship and Discover, Share, Inspire. But it's not as much like, hey, look at us, we're so cool. It's like, look at us, we're doing this, but we're also showing you exactly how we're doing it so that you can do it too. Because we're not coming from that selfish point of like, oh, we're so cool. We're coming from it because we've been there. We know that pain of like not living your dream life. And so as we're doing it now, we're trying to also share all the steps, step by step, as much as possible. The mindset, there's a whole bunch of things going into it. The personal development, the mindset that goes on, the family, the relationships, the social change, all of the things, the minimalism, getting rid of your stuff, all the stuff that's going into this whole development process. So,
right, anyways. And there will be a lot of principles there. It may not be step by step. Hey, do what we did. For some of you, it may be, but there'll be some great principles. Like Sean was saying, we've rented these beautiful condos across the beach with a pool in these third world countries, just gorgeous places that you dream of, right? For $300, $400 a month. It's not, I'm not saying, hey, this could be cool. You could do it. I've done it. I've been there. It's awesome. And these guys are going to Belize. We're on the road trip. Who would have thought with 5 kids I could drive from Alaska to Argentina? I didn't think I could. That's crazy.
Or would.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Are you nuts? And here we are. We're having a fantastic time. So you can make it happen and follow along. Get in with us. Connect with us. And we'll learn principles from you. You learn from principles from us. We'll all be on this quest for excellence to become better and to reach our goals and objectives and help each other. We can network, we can help out, we just make it happen. So we're all deciding to live our dreams and live great lives. Life should be awesome. Life is what you make it. So make it awesome.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, we're all about making friends. So because of the internet, we can do that now. I didn't even meet Greg until 5 days ago. And here we are, sitting, having a good time on a sunny Seattle day.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Well, we're out of time anyways, so.
Okay. Follow along.
Peace out. Happy trails. YouTube does.